See, our topic is the impact of cultural values on science communication in case study of China, and we are the fourth group. We are so excited for being here to briefing our project to you, and we have 5 members in total. The first speaker is me, Li Yongqi, and the second speaker will be Feng Ziyun. She will present the part of introduction, and the third speaker is Liu Yuxi. Her speech will majorly focus on the problem statement, and the fourth and fifth speaker are Xu Rui and Wang Yitong. They will present the part of literature review. So without further ado, let's go straight to the introduction.
Today I will discuss how cultural value influences science communication with a focus on countries like China that have distinct socio-cultural characteristics. Science communication plays a crucial role in transferring scientific knowledge to the public and enhancing scientific literacy. However, its success largely depends on how well it aligns with the cultural content of the audience. Cultural values shape the context, delivery, and the reception of scientific message, making them a key focus on effective communication. In the context of China, cultural values such as collectivism, respect for authority, and faith culture deeply impact science communication. These values not only mirror social norms, but also offer the effectiveness of disseminating scientific knowledge. For example, a culture of respect for authority can facilitate the rapid spread of public health information, enabling machines to prevent a cultural epidemic. Similarly, collectivism fosters the public engagement in initiatives like environment protection. However, this same value can pose challenge. The emphasis on harmony and respect for authority may discount critical thinking and the open discussion of sensitive issues, which are vital for scientific debate and programs. This trend of highlights the dual nature of cultural influence on science communication. Understanding this dual impact is essential. On one hand, positive cultural value can be leveraged to improve public engagement of science. On the other hand, cultural sensitive solution can be addressed limitation, ensuring the science communication become more effective and social acceptable. This provides a general overview of how cultural value influences science communication. Next, my teammate will present the problem statement. Let's hear more from them.
Problem statement section. Science communication plays a vital role in bridging the gap between scientific knowledge and the public, and its effectiveness is significantly influenced by the cultural context. In countries with distinct cultural values, such as China, these values shape how scientific information is communicated, understood, and accepted. In China, cultural factors like collectivism, respect for authority, and the faith culture play a crucial role in shaping science communication practice. On the one hand, collectivism fosters public participation in initiatives like environmental protection and public health campaigns, while respect for authority helps in the rapid dissemination of scientific information, especially during crises like epidemics. The faith culture, which emphasizes social harmony, also influences how scientific discussions are framed and perceived. However, these cultural values can also restrict science communication by discouraging critical thinking, avoiding sensitive issues, and limiting diverse scientific debates in favor of consensus and harmony. Understanding the dual impacts of cultural values on science communication is initial for developing more effective strategies. This research aims to explore how China's unique cultural characteristics both facilitate and limit science communication. By identifying these dynamics, the study will propose culturally sensitive solutions that can enhance the effectiveness and acceptance of science communication, not only in China, but also in other countries with similar cultural traits.
Today I will be presenting insights from two important papers on Chinese communication and science culture. The first paper explores Chinese communication characteristics through a yin-yang perspective. The second paper reflects on the evolution of science popularization and the development of science culture in China. I will walk you through the methodology, context, contradictions, and the new concepts introduced in two studies. And the first one, Chinese communication characteristics, a yin-yang perspective. The study uses the yin-yang philosophy as a framework to explain the paradox and changes in Chinese communication characteristics. By reviewing existing literature, it emphasizes the dynamic nature of Chinese culture and the role of contradictions and changes in communication. The research focuses on contemporary China, particularly during the period of rapid economic growth and increasing global interactions post-WPO accession. It highlights the transitional period from a modest to market-driven economy and its impact on communication styles. The study reveals contradictions in Chinese communication, such as how a Chinese negotiator can be formal and sincere, yet also informal and insincere in different contexts. The challenges traditional views of Chinese communication as purely collectivist or Confucian. The paper introduced yin-yang philosophy as a key framework from understanding the paradoxical nature of Chinese communication, the dynamic field of culture as a fluid and evolving phenomenon, offers a new perspective rarely explored in traditional research. And the second one, some reflections on science popularization and science culture in China. The paper uses a conceptual analysis to explore the shift from science popularization to science culture construction in China, advocating for a more interactive and inclusive approach that integrates scientific values into daily life. The study is set in contemporary China during a period of slow-paced, balanced development after the 2017 National Congress, emphasizing cultural and spiritual enrichment alongside the economic growth. There's a tension between the traditional focus on science popularization and the current push for science culture. Some advocate for continuing science popularization, while others call for a broader cultural approach. The paper introduced the idea of science culture construction as a long-term process that involves fostering scientific values, disseminating science culture, and creating a public infrastructure for science. It also highlights the use of crowdsourcing and crowdfunding to engage the public on science.
So, the last one is analysis of Chinese of Korean, made on cultural symbols from the perspective of cultural interaction theory. Dongjiang. 1 is context. Zhang 2020 analyzed the cultural symbols of Mid-Autumn Festival in both Chinese and Korean contexts, providing insights into their significance from the perspective of cultural interaction theory. The Mid-Autumn Festival, celebrated in China and Korea, shares similar traditions but reflects distinct cultural identities shaped by regional values and histories. Two is methodology. The research compares simplified representations of the Mid-Autumn Festival, including food and folklore, between Chinese and Korean cultures. Three is contradiction findings. While both festivals celebrate similar themes, Zhang noted variation in culture emphasized that challenged the notion of a fully unified cultural experience. New concepts in Zhang introduced the concept of simplified adaptation, where shared cultural symbols are within different cultural contexts to reflect unified values and history. And the fourth is new concepts. Zhang introduced the concept of simplified adaptation, where shared cultural symbols are represented within different cultural contexts to reflect unique values and histories. This adaptation demonstrates how cultural symbols can foster both unify and diversity in cross-cultural exchange. And this is the last page is reference, and I think our group is all done. Thank you so much.